I really like 3D printing and I really like laser engraving. Filament melts and laser engravers evaporate things. I wonder what happens if we combine them. Today we're combining 3D printing and laser engraving. I'm really not sure how this is going to turn out. My name is Brian DeLuca, and this is Make or Build It, where we turn ideas into projects, and I'm really not sure about this one, but let's see what happens. So here's the thing. 3D prints look amazing when they come off a printer, but sometimes they just look a little too 3D printed. But laser engraving gets interesting because this is where we can add logos, burn fine details, create textures, and even create customization. And the best part is you don't need a giant laser engraver to add to your workshop in order to do this. Today we're using the Mecpow M1 Laser Engraver, and we're going to attempt to laser engrave some of our 3D prints. Now let's get this unboxed. And what makes this thing different and honestly perfect for this kind of workflow is how easy it is to actually use. First off, this thing is fully enclosed, which means no exposed laser, safe to use in your workspace, no worrying about accidental exposure. It's actually a Class 1 laser system during normal use and designed to be safe for home environments. And that matters because a lot of laser engravers out there don't feel like something you'd want to run in your house. So that was a really easy setup. I just had to connect the flange to the back and pretty much plug this in. They gave us some safety goggles. There's actually even these legs where you could actually raise this laser engraver. And there's a cable so you could add a rotary table underneath it, which is pretty cool. I mean, we don't have that. It looks like there's some test materials in here. That's what I'm guessing, to engrave. And maybe that's what we'll try. Yep. We have some test materials, some wood, and some acrylic, it looks like. We also have a cable to connect this to our computer. There is some tools. And we also have a micro SD card and a USB. Here's where things get even better. There's basically no setup, and this thing pretty much comes fully assembled, as you can see. All I had to do was connect the flange and pretty much just plug this in. There's no building frames, aligning rails, or even hours of setup. You literally power it on, drop in your material, and start engraving. We're going to do a test engrave on one of these pieces real quick to just see how this laser works. And then we're going to grab our sword that's not assembled. We're going to throw it into our laser engraver and see how it handles PLA. We may test some PLA in there to begin with, but let's do some of these test materials first and see how this laser engraver performs. Now, our sample engraving came out great. We did our logo, and it looks really, really sharp and clean. Now, let's run a test on PLA. So this is PLA with about a 15% infill, and let's see how the laser engraver does engraving PLA. And then we're going to engrave one of our sword pieces, different sword. This one's a little bit thinner. This is almost like a Gladys. I have the other parts over there, but we're going to see what happens if we engrave on this. And this is actually from a silk PLA. So this is standard PLA and this is a silk PLA. Let's see what happens. The logo on the regular PLA in black looks amazing. It really came out professional. And the same for the silk PLA. Totally brings the overall look up a new level. So the laser engraver wouldn't engrave the white filament. At first I thought maybe it was the infill, like it wasn't dense enough. So I made a solid piece of PLA, but that really wasn't the issue. What I learned, and this was my learning experience, is that the material, because it was white, it was reflecting the laser and dispersing the light versus it being concentrated into one area like it is on a darker PLA. And a little trick, and you could use a dry erase marker on your white PLA in order to mark it up and make it darker so the laser engraver can engrave a light colored PLA such as this white or this light blue. So we're going to test that out right now. Now I did miss that the Mecpow M1 came with a dry erase marker. And this 3.5 watt laser is fast too. We're talking up to 10,000 millimeters per minute with really fine precision. So you're getting clean lines, sharp details, consistent results. Now let's check this out. That's engraved into the print, not painted, not printed, engraved. So we learned a lot about materials during this whole process. Obviously, darker color PLAs are going to work much better than lighter color PLAs unless we do things like using the dry erase marker on the actual PLA in order to let that laser etch in. And the main thing to think about when you're engraving your prints is you're not cutting into those prints. You're actually burning into the PLA itself. So remember, you're going to want really good ventilation. And this one even has the vent in the back, which you could hook to the fume extractor if you wanted to, or even into another ventilation system. What about laser engraving other types of material, such as PETG? And I'm sure you can do that. You'll probably run into the same issue where the darker PETG will actually perform better. And ABS, you could probably engrave that too, but with ABS, you're going to have more fumes, so make sure you have really good ventilation with your engraving if you're going to attempt it on ABS. Now, one of the things I liked about laser engraving is, as you can see here, it's really good for adding your logo in a very different way, especially if you're designing or selling prints. And what's nice is you could also add texture to your props, like we added this owl down here, or you could even build custom things such as nameplates that have a totally different feel than if it was just a different color PLA on top of another filament color. Or if you're making functional parts, this is really where you could actually engrave into your parts instead of adding an extra layer of PLA or possibly adding like a sticker on them. This would be something cool because it is basically embedded into the PLA itself. Because it will definitely give your parts a feeling of looking much more premium. I mean, as we can see here, that looks really professional on the back of just a square block of PLA. One of the things I really like about the Mecpow Laser Engraver, it is small and it is really good for your workshop, especially if you have a smaller space. And it's one of those things you can put right beside your 3D printer if you decide that laser etching is going to be part of your workflow for your parts. So yeah, combining 3D printing and laser engraving, while we ran into some issues with the color of the filament, we did get it sorted out, and it was really cool to see two of these things I enjoy working together, where we're using PLA and we're using laser engraving in order to etch it in. So I thought this was a fun project, and I'm hoping you learned something from this and you could incorporate this into your future prints. For more on 3D printing, DIY, maker projects, make sure you like and follow Maker Build It, and remember, keep on making. Oh, and remember, it's not always about having the fanciest 3D printer or the fanciest laser engraver. It's about knowing how to use them together.